Hey, Siri.
Hey, how may I help you?
Play the Relationship Status Podcast.
Playing the Relationship Status Podcast.
You know, I would ask him, like, what are you doing? You know, where are you going with this? What are you trying? And he really didn't have, like, a real answer.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like we were going to be compatible later on down the line.
I think that goes back to something I've often heard and think myself, that men date women thinking they're never going to change, and women date men
Thinking that they are.
thinking that they can change them.
Relationship Status. New episode every Monday at 12 noon on Defy Life Network.
The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
On today's episode of the Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast with Lynn and Kim, Kim realizes that she was flirting. The ladies discuss the Kingstree idol and no more $9.99 shoes. They also discuss why Lynn isn't going back to ChuckE Cheese. And on a serious note, the ladies close the show out by talking toxicity. Here are the ladies, Lynn and Kim.
The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls, we run this mother. Girls.
Welcome to episode 18 of Anything, Everything, and Nothing with Lynn and Kim.
Sponsored by GoDefyLife.com. Visit www.godefylife.com for all your podcast content, music, sports, TV, and Defy Life gear. You can listen and download the show on iTunes, Google Play, Radio Tunes, and Spreaker.
All right.
What's up, sis?
Man, we can't be on here no hour now. I mean, not longer than an hour. I'm sorry.
Why are you cussing me out?
Man, it's late, man.
Okay, well, hold on. Whose fault is that?
Well, it don't matter whose fault. I'm just saying. It's late.
No. Whose fault was it?
It's Monday. This is not what you do on a Monday.
Listen, you are deflecting. Whose fault is it?
Ain't nobody's fault.
I need you to take accountability.
It ain't nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault. Sis,
Just is.
what are we doing at 10:25 p.m.?
Listen, man.
Giving the people what they want.
Give them what they want. It don't matter what time, apparently. All right. So,
You got that out? Do you have that?
yeah.
Okay.
I got all kind of frustrations this evening.
Well, wait a minute. Well, let's pump the brakes and let's talk about your frustrations, because I don't want my sister having all kind of frustrations. 1 or 2 is okay, but not too many. What's going on?
All kinds.
Well, just let me and the listeners, let us in and see if we can help.
Okay.
We're not therapeutic.
Right. There, you gonna therapize me? Okay.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'm a therapist.
Okay, so the week, I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is it ended at ChuckE Cheese, and I ain't never going there again.
Okay.
Both children have been to celebrate a birthday, and that is enough. They don't ever have to go again. Even though I got like a huge bag full of tickets in the trunk of my car that I don't know what you do with them except take them back to ChuckE Cheese. But I don't care, because I'm never going back. If they get invited to a birthday party, they're going to have to get dropped off. I'm not going back in that zoo. Even the zoo is less active and loud and all than freaking ChuckE Cheese.
Okay, but wait a minute, sis. You have been there before.
Yes.
With
And I said then I wasn't going back.
So you lied.
I did.
So see, that frustration is your fault because I'm like,
It would have been fair to not let the other child experience it.
Go somewhere else, sis.
But he was ready to go too. He was like, all right, I'm done.
He wanted to go to, he wanted to go to ChuckE Cheese.
He did, but then he was done when he was like, okay, this is good. I'm good. Can we go?
After 10 minutes.
Right. He went around a few times with his little buddy and the granddaddy. And after a while, he was like, can we leave? I said, we sure can.
You sure can. Shut it down.
Edison ain't really, he just ain't really about that life. He ain't about that, all that extraness.
Okay, all that go, run, jump.
You know,
that's not Edison.
No. All that activity and lights and kids and noise, and he was like, I'm over it.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you like to tell the listeners why you were at ChuckE Cheese? I mean, I know.
Oh, well.
You might want to know.
You know, true that. I guess that was a part of the week last week that my baby's birthday was last Thursday. He turned 4.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yay, Edison.
So he's 4 now, and that is why we went to ChuckE Cheese. So it was birthday week, which always sneaks up on me. It has never failed ever since CJ was little. I have all these thoughts in my head 3 months before the birthday, and then the next thing I know is tomorrow, and I've done nothing.
You know, here's the thing, sis. You are a procrastinator.
I am.
And you wait to the last minute, so
I do.
At least you know.
I am. I used to have a magnet on the refrigerator that says, I'll stop procrastinating tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely that. So, yeah, it snuck up on me. I did do a 2-day, order the cake 2 days early and not a day early. So that was progress. But I had to do the whole cake thing. Go pick up the cake, get the plates and the forks and run to the school, drop it off. Thank God it didn't rain. I thought it was going to rain. For 2 years in a row, it rained with Amir. So it was supposed to rain, but it didn't. It actually waited until after I did the whole cake run, and then it rained. And I was like, thank you. So cake run, dinner with dad and brother that night, and then ChuckE Cheese on Saturday.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound like anything frustrating. That sounds like a wonderful adventure, a wonderful gathering, a wonderful whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, we had some folks show up, and you know, it was good. That was just a check-in for the week. What I'm frustrated about is I went to my go-to shoe store that is going out of business, and they're shutting their doors, every single last one of them, in every city and state. And now I'm not going to be able to go anywhere and buy shoes for $9.99.
Okay. I don't know that place. What place is that?
Payless.
Oh my God.
Payless shoes has been around ever since I was a little person. And now I have little people, and I can buy little cheap shoes for little feet that grow every month. Right. Now they are going bankrupt. They're closing all the stores. What am I going to do?
Well, sis, if the damn shoes ain't but $9.99, that's why they're going bankrupt. What?
Well, I mean, they have increased some prices. The $9.99 is when they go on sale. When they go on sale.
They're out of business.
That's when they go on sale. They $9.99. Now they got other shoes in there: $19.99, $24.99, $29.99, $34.99.
Okay. I thought all the shoes were $9.99.
No,
I have never been to Payless. I have never even been in a Payless shoe store. I've seen them. I'm not saying anything about them because I don't know anything about them. I've never shopped at Payless.
What? OMG.
Never have. Ain't that something?
That is something.
So your feelings are hurt?
Yes. I mean, that's my store. That's my need a quick sandal, need a cute sandal, need some shoes for the boys. I even bought cleats out of there tonight. They had cleats from here for baseball.
Oh, what about
but they have it.
Was it shoe show or shoe department?
Shoe department.
Shoe department and shoe show or something like that?
Well, I guess shoe department is going to the one that, because what we have here in Sumter is Payless and shoe department. And then I think it's shoe carnival in the mall. So I guess shoe department and shoe carnival are going to get all the business now.
When is the last day for Payless to have the doors open?
When they sell the last shoe. They don't know.
Okay.
And I asked,
What was the inventory like tonight?
It wasn't bad. They still, in the kids, it was slim pickings. But like in my size, they still had a good little bit of stuff.
Okay.
They just don't have summer shoes yet. And I was like, well, are y'all getting them?
They probably won't get them, sis.
She said, well, we were supposed to get a shipment, but it hadn't come. So they don't know. They don't know nothing.
They sent those shoes back. For what?
It was, so they got to do something with them. And they ought to know. But see, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand how bankruptcy in a business works, but I'm sure whatever shoes they have in warehouse or whatever, they need to go ahead and get them out and get them sold because people will come and buy them. People will come and buy that store out.
The people gonna come there.
Yeah. Especially keep marking them down. Everything in the store is 30% off right now.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Every shoe is 30% off and you can't return nothing.
So you're frustrated because your favorite shoe store in the world is going out of business. Okay. That was one frustration. What's the other?
Well, and she was saying, the girl was like, well, online shopping is is killing us. And I was like, well, I get online shopping. That's all fine and well. And I'll buy a dress, I'll buy a shirt, I'll buy some pants. I'm not buying no shoes online. That is not going to be my regular source of buying shoes. I can't try no shoe online.
I'm feeling your pain. I hear the pain in your voice.
If I need the shoe right now, online can't help me. Sometimes there has been cases, and I've been in several of those cases, where you got to run by a shoe real quick.
Right. Like when your heel fall off.
Yes. When your heel fall off, when your strap pop, when you whatever.
Okay. You can just run by the thing that's on the corner.
When you fall down the stairs and into your sandal pop on the way down, yeah.
You can find a Payless right there on the corner.
You need quick shoes.
Okay.
And
now they're gone.
And then so it makes me wonder, it makes me fearful that the other stores are going to go behind it. Like shoe department and shoe carnival. If you take them away, then all you got is department stores where you got to go spend a whole lot of money.
Okay. And obviously you are a bargain shopper.
I try.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that Payless is going out of business and it has you frustrated. What else is frustrating you, sis? You on fire.
Picture day. I'm mad at tomorrow's picture day. Okay.
Okay. You're making me feel some type of way.
Oh my gosh. I'm mad at tomorrow's picture day.
Okay, now wait a minute. When did you get the flyer, the notification that tomorrow?
Probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I'm just saying now.
I didn't look at the date.
Frustration if you causing on yourself.
I didn't look at the date. And I ain't buying no pictures.
You're right. Whatever.
I didn't buy the fall ones. I sure did not.
But wait a minute. When they start taking fall and then spring pictures,
exactly.
That's their fault.
It is. When did that? So we didn't do that back in the day.
No, you took one picture, and that was it.
Yes, they take spring, the fall and spring. Food.
That's a money making thing. That's a money making.
I might buy one because I didn't get the fall, but it depends on what I find to put on his behind tomorrow. Because if he ain't cute, I ain't buying nothing.
Well, one thing I know Mir got plenty clothes, and I know he got plenty clothes that he can put on spring pictures tomorrow. So you stretching this well.
Mr. Man told me he wanted to wear a button-down shirt, something other, where he ain't got none of them.
You ain't got no church shirt.
No, he don't. He really don't. He done grown out of all of them.
Okay.
But I may put on, even though it's spring pictures, I told him he could wear his vest that he got from you for Christmas.
Oh, well. Mm-hmm.
So he had on a fleece vest and a spring picture.
Please don't do that. Look, you're gonna be the only one with a fleece vest on. I need you not to do that. You're gonna get that. Hold on, can I take my vest off, please?
Ain't nobody told him to take spring pictures when it's 50 degrees.
I was gonna say that it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be chilly tomorrow.
Shoot.
Okay.
That's their fault.
Do me a favor.
How you doing?
Sis, do me a favor. Don't put the vest on me tomorrow for his picture, please. That's not gonna do it.
Well, he ain't gonna have on no church shirt. He gonna have on a crew neck, something or other, because that's all we got.
Well, that's fine. Just don't put that damn fleece vest on there.
Yes, ma'am.
The damn photographer was like, "Hey, son, would you like to take that off? Why you taking it?"
He's like, no, that's part of my outfit.
No,
What you mean?
No, sir, this is my outfit.
Well, now I done already told him, so I don't know if I'm be able to get out of that, but we'll see.
Okay, all right. Okay.
You know he like that vest.
When I get the picture, I'll just won't look at the vest. I'll just look at the face.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, spring pictures. Payless going out of business. What else?
That's all.
Damn, your check-in was kind of draining.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let me check in.
Please.
Okay.
Have something happier.
I can't say it's happy, but I think it's funny. I hope you'll find it funny, and I hope the listeners will find it funny. Remember the was I flirting or was I not flirting episode?
Yes.
And the conclusion was like 50-50, yes and no. Not intentionally, but yes, I was flirting.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the construction man the other day.
Did
you? Yes.
He turned his head. Oh. He didn't speak.
He didn't speak.
Why? What did you do to him?
I guess he said the hell with me. Because, he was the guy holding the slow and the stop thing. When you need the people on one side of the street to stop, and then the other side of the cars come up on the other direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And normally, when I'm coming, he would just let me come on by. I done got stopped, and he turned his head.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, okay, well, hello to you, too.
Dang.
So maybe he ain't as nice as I thought he was.
Really? Okay, could he not? Maybe he ain't recognize you?
No. He knows. He recognized me. Same car. Yeah, ain't nothing changed.
Oh, look. You think you made him mad?
No, maybe he was probably not. Okay, let me channel into my men friends. Let me channel into Brother Kemet, and let me channel into the producer. There is no need for him to be nice anymore and smile and let me go through the little stop thing because he can't get the digits. So what's the purpose of being all extra nice? You know what I'm saying?
Because just to be nice.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't think so. So,
boo. That means you ain't really nice then.
I'm going to need Brother Kemet and producer to give us some feedback because why aren't you speaking? Why aren't you speaking to me anymore?
Right.
I don't get that because I'll still blow if I see him.
Exactly.
He completely turned his back.
OMG.
He turned his back. When I went past him, sis, I saw the back of his head, the back of his vest, his butt, his calves, and everything else because he completely turned away.
That is terrible.
I thought that was funny.
That is terrible.
Okay.
It is funny, but it's terrible.
Okay, well.
He don't need to act like that.
But now, I don't know. I mean, it ain't like he stuck his finger up at me, but, I don't know. I just thought that was funny because, as you know from the episode, he would make his way to speak and smile. Remember that he had a pretty smile, girl. All I saw was the back of his head this time.
Oh,
And I know he saw me coming because I could see him when he turned. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Okay, so anyway,
Damn, you hurt the boy feeling.
give the listeners a little follow up. Okay, this. So last week, and I'm just gonna check in with the people, and we're gonna keep it 100. We had our thoughts and opinions about Gucci, Burberry, and Katy Perry.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother Kemet from Black Gumbo Podcast, someone we respect and we admire, got all in our shit.
Cuss us all the way out.
So we
just make you feel dumb.
Okay, so listeners, what I'm saying is this right here. We didn't say that we were all the way woke. We said that we are on the journey for more wokeness. So now, this is Saturday night after midnight. We're on the phone with Brother Kemet from the Black Gumbo Podcast, shout out. And he was like, we're in the matrix. We are just where they want us to be. And hell, sis, I felt bad. I did. I was just like,
well, you got to explain to the folk what that means.
Well, hell, you might have to help me because it was 12 o'clock at night. And I was trying to listen. Basically, and what he said was this. He said, the whole Gucci, what was it, sister? Gucci sweater with the black face and the red lips. And the Burberry with the noose, which it was a noose. And he did shout out you for saying it is a noose. You can't mistake that for anything else. So we got that.
Right.
But he said that's sending a subliminal message to us. And then it's sending a clear message to that base. No, I didn't think about it like that.
Not at all.
I didn't think about it like that.
Well, you know what I said? I said ain't nobody thinking that hard.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
Ugh.
And he said, by us living in the matrix is basically in that system. Like Lynn and I are exactly what they want.
To think that ain't nobody thinking that hard.
To think that ain't nobody thinking that hard. And that's why they can get over and do the things that they do. Because his point was, has there ever been a designer, a company, a corporation that made a swastika and it got out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His point was, those things like that go through 5, 6, 7 different people. You know, it goes from the bottom level all the way up to the CEO before it can go out and before it's approved. So yes, everybody knew what was happening.
Right.
And nobody in the chain of hierarchy decided that, hey guys, that looks like a noose. We might not want to do that. Let's change that. Let's change the way that looks.
Right.
Because they wanted it to be exactly like that. And then, what was y'all point, sis, about the girl and the suicide? The point about, well, you were like, well, the girl was like, well, it makes me think about suicide or suicide prevention.
Right. She brought up the girl who actually modeled the sweater, with the noose, right. She said something about suicide, that it sends a message or is not sensitive or whatever to the subject of suicide. I mean, the point I made was that, well, of course that's what she's going to say, because she's not thinking about, nobody hanging from a tree.
Right. That's not her experience.
That's not her experience.
Right.
So,
well, in the words of Brother Kemet, that's a goddamn lie.
Oh.
She knew what the hell it was. She was part of the plan too. So, but I had to think about it. Now, one thing I'll say, guys, we're on our wokeness journey. We all got a lot to learn, but what we will do is listen. And I will say that, and everything that Brother Kenneth from Black Gumbo, shout out, it made sense. And it did make me go a little bit deeper. Because see, like I never thought about, because if you watch TV, sis, and even on the most superficial show, if something happens, like at, one of those companies or something, 4, 5, 6 people, they do look at it, go over it, change it, edit it, you know what I'm saying, revise it. So, of course. So, I was with that. So I just want you to know that we are, we in it to win it. And we got called out.
Yes.
On our wokeness.
That's the thing. We got called out.
And which I appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's all about learning. But now, do I still feel that sometimes people can take things way, way, way to the left or way, way, way to the right? Yes, I do. But I can get that now. I get that now. Now, I'm still going to say the news thing, because I was trying to and it's the couture. No, that was just wrong because somebody should have pointed that out. And that's somebody should have pointed that out.
Who is in this room that, making these decisions for stuff like this to go out is what I wonder.
And then if there was a Black person in the room, anywhere in the room before the final decision was made, did you speak up or did you just go with it because you need to keep your job?
Right.
So anyway, Brother Kenneth, we thank you for calling us on our craft, calling us on our lack of understanding. We got it. We talked about it, and we one eye was a little bit more open. Look, one eye opener. And then he was fussing. I said, Brother Kenneth, don't yell at me. Don't yell. I got you. I said, okay, don't yell at me. But he was like, that's what I'm saying. See, and you and Lynn are smart. Y'all should know better than that. And I said, we're learning. We
should know better. Oh, Lord.
I know, right? I was like, damn. And so then Brother Kenneth decides that he going to drop the podcast this morning. And it was called The Weeping in Savannah.
Yeah, oh, Lord.
Yeah, let me see. What was it? Says help me because I want to give it its proper name. I think it was the Weeping in Savannah. Let's see. I got to get it right because it's important.
The Weeping Time
in Savannah. 28 minutes of the best history lesson that I've ever had. Because every time you go around, oh my God, let's go to Savannah for bed and breakfast. Oh, let's drive down to Savannah. It's so historic. Oh my God, Savannah's so pretty. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear about the weeping time in Savannah. Not gonna get into it. So this is what I said, sis. And I called you this morning. Guys, I told my sis, who the hell wanna do a podcast after that right there?
Right.
And we're gonna come on here
and talk about some foolishness.
And talk about the foolishness that's our lives. And he got this, okay, hold on, let me say it slow. Substantiveness stuff. And I'm like, who the hell wants to come behind that? That's like somebody singing after Patti LaBelle and tore the stage up. And then you got to go on and perform after her. Nobody wants to do that. And he thought that was so funny. I said, you do know that you made me not want to do a podcast. He thought that was the funniest thing in the world. He was like, no. Y'all do y'all thing. We love y'all thing. I love y'all thing. I was like, look, bro, I'm telling you what I know. Ain't nobody won't come on after this, man.
Exactly.
And we gonna be talking about people tennis shoes, and you'll be talking about people being sold. Here you go.
Right.
But we love you and keep on bringing it because knowledge is power. But that was funny. So
it is.
Yes. Okay. Another check-in, sis, right quick. We have to support each other with the podcast. And sis, I listened to my first Marvel, Take a Knee for Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. But let me tell you what was good.
What's that?
They had really good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about, and I'm just making up names now because I don't know. They did talk about Batman, so I know Batman. And then they had a special guest on who was a female, and she knew her stuff. I was very impressed. But sis, they were talking about Marvel characters and Kryptonite and Superman and people in the movies and the video. I had no idea what they were talking about. None. But it was a good episode.
Right.
So shout out to what's the name of it? Sis? DC.
DC. Take a knee. Oh Lord, for DC.
Marvel.
Oh, this is terrible.
I know. When we learn it, we gonna give him a shout out.
Hold on.
Hold on. Find it, sis. Give him a shout out.
All right.
Give me
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's in here. We gonna find it. I was like, what the world?
Take a knee for Marvel versus DC.
Okay. Take a knee. Shout out to Take a Knee for Marvel versus DC.
All right.
What is DC? I don't even know. What is DC?
DC Comics.
Okay. Who's that?
That's the other. Marvel is one of the comic franchises, and DC Comics is the other one. Like, I think Batman is DC.
Okay.
He's on DC Comics.
Okay. Well,
and like Spider-Man is Marvel.
Okay. Well, see, you know, I'm not a whole Marvel, DC comic book kind of superhero type of woman, so I guess that's why I didn't know. But anyway, I listened to it. I learned something new, which was kind of like learning something new because I had no idea what they were talking about.
Right. Exactly.
The chemistry was good. They had a lot of fun. Now they did start talking about the Oscars, and I was in on that. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about Spike Lee. Why they gave Black Panther a couple of awards, and why they gave Spike Lee awards, so to pacify the Black people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they said.
Yes. So that was good, and so they kept it real though, but it was interesting, and I'm gonna continue to listen because it's something that I don't know anything about, and I want to know something about.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my last check-in, and we're gonna keep it moving. So, American Idol is one of my favorite shows.
Is it now?
Yes. Ever since, I'm talking about the early days with Randy and Paula and Simon.
When Kelly Clarkson won. Wasn't she the first one to win?
Kelly Clarkson and Fantasia, Ruben Studdard. I'm talking about way back in the day.
Okay.
So they started the new season yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And sis, there was a little girl on there from Kingstree, South Carolina.
All right.
Girl, why I'm in here crying.
Oh Lord.
No, sis, you know when you wake up sometime and you think you got it bad, you need.
Well, what's wrong with the little girl?
Nothing was wrong with her, sis. She's 19 years old. It's her parents, and I want to say 8 brothers and sisters, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
No. It's 8 of them in the house, so she must have 5 siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Herself and then mom and dad. Okay. They live in a 2-bedroom house.
Mm.
Sis, she had a natural fro. She was playing the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard. She says she wants to go to college, but it takes money to go to college, and this is the only way out. And her church, they had a fundraiser and got her to Louisville, Kentucky. So, sis, and when she was telling her story, hell, I was crying. Katy Perry was crying. Lionel Richie was crying. Everybody crying. Okay, so anyway, now it's time for her to sing. Sis, she playing the guitar, and she did the song, and it was not good.
Oh.
It was not good. But sis, she was nervous. She was nervous, and the crying and all the emotion. So they told her, stop playing the guitar, and do you have another song?
Right.
She said yes. She goes over to the piano and she sings My Girl by the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
Sis, she said, and I want you to look at it on YouTube, sis. So she said, you know how it says, what can make you feel this way?
Mm-hmm.
She says, music. Oh my God. She starts singing the lullaby of music makes her feel that way. Girl, she going to Hollywood.
All right.
Yes, it was so, I don't know, inspirational. And then, Lord have mercy, everybody on there got a story.
Yeah.
But just for her being from Kingstree, says you can.
That's the only part of the season I like is this part.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, but sis, it was so amazing. So I'm like, okay, guys, everybody in South Carolina, everybody vote for her. Her name is Kai. What's Khalifa? You know, Wiz Khalifa. Her name is like Kai something or the other, but she's a black girl, 19, from Kingstree, South Carolina. We got to vote her in. Maybe if she doesn't make it all the way through, because I really don't think she's that good, but they had to give her a shot with that second chance they gave her.
Okay, I found her.
Oh, sis. Oh, it's so inspiring, and then it's so sad. And then they let the mom and the dad and the brother, and it looked like it might be a sister, come in when she got the ticket to Hollywood. And I was like, I am just a big bowl of damn tears. OMG. It was so, sis, listen to it and then tell me what you think. Next.
American Idol been on 17 years?
17 years, sis.
Jeez.
Okay. But anyway, sis, that's my check-in. Everything with me is good. Life is good. No need to complain.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, if we want to play the thing, we can let producer put it in, okay? We don't need you to put it in.
Nah, I ain't gonna put it in.
Like we did, we did our own production on that one.
I know, right?
It wasn't bad, but it's okay.
I'm in a mess.
Okay, but anyway, so guys, that's our check-in. Everything is good. We're glad to be back in the saddle again, giving you what you want, and but we were going to talk about tonight. Would you call it seriousness? I mean, what would you say?
A little, just
We don't really have any. We have our AEN in the news and entertainment, but we came across 2 really good articles, and it resonated with both of us for whatever reason. And so we decided that we were going to talk about it with you guys, and hopefully we can get some feedback. So we'll just get into it. Ain't no need to be around the bush. Let's get into it.
Well, before we get into it though, let me say this as far as something in the news.
Okay.
I want to sadly express condolences and state that Luke Perry passed away today, and rest him in peace.
Okay, let me. Okay, yes, condolences to the family. That's not funny, but you must have liked 90210.
I did. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I'm like, because I saw that, but no, that wasn't podcast worthy for me.
What? OMG.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's sad, and I was like, he's so young, 52. That's nice.
52 is young,
and he had a massive stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't anything, everything, and nothing podcast worthy for me.
Oh no. It is for me. 90210 was childhood excitement.
So you like Melrose Place?
Yes, I did.
You know what? I'm not.
90210 at 8, Melrose at 9.
Oh, help me. I'm dying of a slow death over here.
And I think it was on Thursday?
Yeah, I think it was on Thursday. ABC. It was NBC or ABC?
Or it was, okay, it might have been 90210 at 9 and Melrose at 10. I don't know. Either way, I watched both of them.
Oh my God. Okay.
Sure did. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this reboot, but I did watch it. Luke Perry was a fave. I am sad.
He was a very handsome.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Very handsome man. Yeah.
Okay. Dylan McKay. I am saddened to hear of his passing.
Okay. Audience, let's have a moment of silence for Lynn as she mourns the death of Luke Silence. Oh,
Lord. Luke Perry. Thank you.
You can tell I didn't mean that.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, hold on.
Insensitive.
Okay, there you go. All right, you had your moment of silence.
Thanks, Miss Insensitive.
Sis, I said my condolences go out to the family.
Yeah, you did.
I
Okay.
did say that. I just figured that you had to have like 90210.
Okay, but wait a minute. On the note of condolences, I feel like I wasted some condolences on another story that's out there.
Oh Lord, okay.
The damn lady that got stabbed by the panhandler, supposedly. Now it comes out they done arrested the daddy and the stepdaughter. And I didn't even know that was her stepdaughter. I thought it was her daughter.
Okay, hold on, sis. I saw something about the people in Baltimore.
Yeah, the Baltimore. Okay, remember the Baltimore situation?
Well, hold on, sis. Hold on. Time out. Okay, guys. So we're going to give you a very brief AEN in the news and entertainment. Okay. Well, no, entertainment and in the news.
Yes.
Go ahead, sis.
Okay, very brief. Okay, so the Baltimore situation where the lady, the husband and the wife, and I guess the daughter was with them, were traveling wherever they were in town, and supposedly it was a man and a woman. They were asking for money, on the side of the road or whatever, and supposedly the female was holding what looked like a baby, and when the wife reached out to give her $10, the girl stabbed her in the chest. This is the story that we were told.
Okay.
That she stabbed her in the chest, the lady died. But now they saying that they done arrested the daddy and the stepdaughter because they were actually the ones that killed the lady.
Now I saw the wife, but I did not. I saw it, but I didn't read it. So is that his wife and his daughter? So
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, his wife, his daughter. The story was that the panhandler lady reached in the car and snatched the lady's necklace and then stabbed her in the chest. Now, let me tell you, I felt like, and it's so funny that this came out today because just a couple of days ago, I said, dang, we ain't heard to myself. I said, self? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, to myself, I was like, we hadn't heard any more about that lady that got stabbed by, the panhandling people. Wonder what's going on with that case. Right. And the thought that hit my mind was, I wonder if we haven't heard anything because they done figured out that somehow the daughter, my thought was the daughter was connected to it. Because it was just, their interviews were really weird. Like, she was doing this weird.
Because I don't know anything about it.
You said what now?
I said, I'm going to have to look into that because I saw the headline, but I don't know anything about it. So why did they kill her? How did they find out that the husband and the stepdaughter killed the wife?
See, they haven't told us that part yet. Now mind you, this is going to be on Dateline. But anyway, or 2021. Mm-hmm. But they haven't told us that part yet. They just said that they have been arrested. Say that several members of her family doubted the story from the beginning.
Okay.
And knew it was the husband.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But they don't tell us why they did it or how they figured out that it was them. They just said that they.
So sis, the whole stab in the car, take the necklace, all that was a lie.
Yes, they're saying that they staged it.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Man, you got to be careful who you love. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful who you let in your life. That's so sad. How old were they? Or was the woman who died?
The one, she was 54.
54.
And she was an electrical engineer.
Girl, insurance. They wanted the money. They wanted the money.
That's what I said.
I hope she changed her damn beneficiary on that policy.
They changed, blamed her death. They said the man is the one that stabbed her. And talking about the woman said, God bless you, after the man stabbed her. It was a man and a woman. So that's the story that they told.
So the panhandlers are not like the black men getting accused for everything.
Right. Exactly.
That's a hot mess. That's a
Now
hot
they
mess.
got a bad name.
That's a hot mess. Exactly. So now when you see a panhandler on the street holding a sign, you thinking that they now got this thing where they're gonna reach in the car and snatch your necklace and they gonna stab you.
Right.
And this your loved one. Man, go that's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. So they aren't saying any details. They're just saying that they caught them in Texas about to reach the Mexico border.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. They killed her in Baltimore and they were driving to Mexico to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, stop. That sounds like from on Lifetime.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yep. They're saying that.
Black? Were they black? That family black?
Yeah, it's a black family.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Oh, well,
Yep.
condolences out to the family of the slain. That's
Yeah.
a hot mess. That's a hot mess.
Yeah. And they would
motivated by money. Had to be.
Then how do you do that and then get on TV crying and saying how awful it was and you so upset? I don't understand how you do that.
Because they're pathological. Because sis, what people don't understand is when you do something like that, stay your butt off TV.
Exactly.
Because people are looking at you, they are listening to every single word. They're looking at your body language, they're looking at your tone of voice, or your tears. Stay off TV.
Mm-hmm.
Stay off TV.
Exactly.
Here they go.
And they said that the panhandlers in the area said that they did notice a decrease in people rolling down their windows.
You know what?
After this happened.
You know what? You could have kept that peace. They would mess up the panhandlers.
Right.
The mess up the hustle.
Okay.
Holy cow. Okay.
And I wish you would see them. They changed their look and everything. They got the picture of them being booked. The daughter got her natural hair dyed completely blonde, and the daddy done shaved his head bald and shaved all the hair off his face.
Okay, so yeah, they really trying to do the thing and just really get away with it.
Right. And get away.
Where is Annalise Keaton when you need her?
Exactly.
Oh man.
Y'all should have talked to Annalise first.
Let me tell you something. If you don't want me no more, if you need some money, you ain't got to do all that. Just ask me.
No, don't kill me. You ain't got to kill me.
Go steal it at the bank or tell me you want to invest in something, but don't kill me.
Right.
Don't kill me. God almighty.
Yeah, I knew something looked fool with this girl with this crying she doing. It looked so fake.
Now, how old is the stepdaughter? How old is the stepdaughter?
I ain't know.
Okay, but I mean, probably 20 to 30 or something.
Yeah, wrong. 20, 30 something.
So she knew better.
She did.
Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, fake cry.
And that woman probably took care of her. If that's her stepdaughter, that woman probably took care of her, took her in her home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, man, people be playing about who they dating and who they trying to meet. Man, you don't know. You don't know crazy until crazy presents itself.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you. But anyway. Okay.
So on that note.
Okay, look. On that note, you want to talk about toxicity?
AKA crazy.
So anyway, I was saying earlier, guys, that Lynn and I came across 2 articles. And one was about having toxic family relationships. And the other one was about toxic mothers. And as Lynn and I were talking,
Sorry, y'all.
What the hell is that?
That's the computer.
Okay, what is the computer doing?
Popping up stuff, and I don't know how to make it stop.
Okay. So we looked at the articles and we were like, whoa. And because of the field that we're in, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, it kind of, both articles resonated with us. And so we decided that we wanted to talk about, just toxic relationships, the toxic mothers and toxic families. And then there's so many levels to toxicity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I read the article and sis, I was just like, gay day. Because people always talk about, fathers and men who aren't SHIT. You know, and let me tell you, okay, sidebar. Sis, you think I curse? DJ, what is it, the DJ Blaze show?
Oh, I know.
Let me tell you something. I am like a baby cursor compared to
Compared to Be Easy.
Be Easy and Courtney. Holy cow! And I know I got a potty mouth. I got an elementary potty mouth. Compared to they got a PhD potty mouth. God told me.
Listen, shout out to the DJ Blaze show.
Shout out to the DJ Blaze show with Be Easy and Courtney. Oh, and let me tell you something else. Take a knee for Marvel and DC versus DC.
Mm-hmm.
They got about a master's degree in cursing. They was laying it out there too.
They do.
I try, sis, to be respectful of you because your vocabulary is so much more advanced, and you try not to curse. So sis, okay, but anyway, I just thought I would tell you that. So, damn, I lost my thoughts, sis. What am I talking about? We're talking about the toxicity, right?
Yeah, toxicity.
Okay, and so the people always talk about bad fathers, bad daddies. You never really hear people talk about bad mothers, and bad mamas. And this
article on a group that I follow about the fathers. It's a movement. Hold on, something other. God almighty. Okay. Anyway, it's a group that I follow about
on Facebook.
Yeah, they are trying to help with fathers' rights and
like the Fatherhood Coalition, something like that.
No, it's not the Fatherhood Coalition. It's the something else. Fathers. Oh, what is it? Movement. And it's different states.
Okay.
SC Fathers' Rights. So there's like South Carolina Fathers' Rights Movement, Georgia Fathers' Rights Movement. They got it, for all the states. They're trying to help fathers that are having issues with child support and not being able to see their kids, things like that. Okay. Just being treated unfairly. So that's where I got that article from.
Okay. Well, for those children and even adults who have wonderful mothers, because I tell you all the time, sis, like you're like Superwoman. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, and there's nothing about you. It's all about them. And I admire that. I don't have any children, and I try to give that same type of love to my nieces and nephews.
Right.
But mothers, for the most part, are some amazing women. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, you got them ones that's crazy. And they toxic. And they make their children toxic and crazy.
Yeah.
And it's a generational thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was reading the article, there was one sentence that stood out to me the most. And it's where she wrote, "Broken people break people." I was like, oh my God, that's so true.
You said broken people break people?
Broken people break people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. And I was like, that is so true. And she said, no matter how hard she tries to understand, does that give you a right to not call your mom, for being toxic and bringing toxicity to the relationship? Because, most people don't criticize moms.
Right.
They criticize dads, but they don't criticize moms.
Right.
And can you imagine the worst mother that you can think of? And when you talk about toxicity, she's talking about being critical, not being emotionally available, and just at what time do you say, just because you're my mom, the hell with you?
Right.
You're not good for me. But then there's this thing where you're supposed to have loyalty and honor thy mother and thy father. Okay, but shouldn't you have to earn that?
I mean, I would venture to say that, yeah, I don't think that meant treat me any kind of way. You know, I mean, especially when you're an adult and you're old enough to separate yourself from the toxicity, I don't see nothing wrong. You can still be respectful, and they can still be your parents from a distance, but you don't have to. No.
Okay.
You don't have to,
Now, you tell me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't most Christians say that you honor thy mother regardless of the circumstances? Because people can't take common sense and compartmentalize if something's not healthy for you just because you're my mom and you're quote unquote not a good mom.
right.
Then you're still supposed to have that level of respect and honor them.
Well, does that go for the daddies too?
Well, it says honor thy mother and thy father. I think that's one.
Nobody cares when folk do that to the daddies.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. You can throw daddy in the trash can because he's a piece of crap.
Right.
And there is no excuse for being a sorry daddy. But then they find justification for bad moms.
Exactly.
You know? And why is that just, I mean, why do you think that is? I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, because moms are the be all, do all. But like I said, you know, I love C. Hall. That's my mama. I think she's the best thing next to cotton candy. And I was lucky enough to not to have a toxic mother. You know,
right.
She was emotionally available. She was spiritually available. She was just always there, you know. And you know my story about coming out in the seventh grade. So, and everybody's not blessed like that. And but moms, man, y'all some do all be alls, and most of the time y'all are acting like moms and dads.
Right. Exactly.
But it's so easy to throw a dad, and dads don't get no break. They get no break.
No. And I'm a dad supporter because
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you. I do think that dads get a tough break. I really do. It's
I think some do.
They just don't. They don't get the benefit of the doubt in any shape, form, or fashion. Mm-hmm. And there's no margin for error. It's just they just get treated like crap, and which is why I joined, the little movement, thing, because I'm just like, okay, well, what can we do about it? I've been saying that the dads need to get together and do a march or something, because
go march on Washington.
They need to do something, because they just really get a bad rap, and I think the majority is so afraid that they just let things happen the way that they're happening. The system is very unfair.
I was just going to say, the system is not set up to help fathers at all.
Not at all.
It doesn't matter what they do, how they do it. The system is set up to hold the father back or not give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm with you on that.
It is not. It does not treat them fairly at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the other side of that is these toxic mothers who appear to be allowed to do whatever they want to do and treat the fathers however they feel like treating them. And then in turn, it causes problems with the children. Like, you create these toxic children.
Absolutely.
You turn because a lot of what the movement talks about, and I think, this article where it came from talks a lot about how the mothers, the parental alienation that we discussed one time before.
Exactly.
About the mothers keeping children from their fathers.
Their fathers, yep.
Huh?
I said, keeping them from their fathers.
Right. And that, that's toxic. And talking negatively about them to the children.
It is.
And in the article it talks a lot about just habits like, cursing children out and yelling and just treating your children differently, having crazy expectations. It's a whole lot of different things that create a toxic mother, but nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks about it. And then when you have, in the article talked about, they say toxic kids usually become toxic adults. They have toxic relationships, and they're likely to be toxic parents too. Because see, the baggage is generational. So mama got this baggage. She's hate the daddy and got all this negativity going on. Then you instill all of that in your child. Then your child becomes an adult, and that's all they know. And if they don't have anybody else in their lives to show them a different way, then again, the cycle starts all over again.
Yep.
It starts all over again. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. We talked about being a bad parent, being a toxic parent, and then being an unhealthy parent. All three of those. There's nothing good about all three of those. But, like, for example, I'm at the grocery store, and the little girl, well, the mama, I call her a little girl, but she's an adult because she has a child. She's with the baby. The baby got on a pamper. The baby ain't got no shoes on.
Oh, no.
The baby got a t-shirt on. Okay? Baby walking behind the mother. And she turns around. Bring your ass on if I bust you in the head. Okay. Now, number one, sis, I want to say something. Number two, I'm not going to lie. I didn't say something because I might get shot. And I'm just keeping it real. Because see, you can't help everybody. You can't help anybody now. But that is toxic. That is unhealthy. And that is bad parenting. Because my thought was, if you saying that in the middle of Family Dollar,
right,
then what is going on at home?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Toxic. So this kid is going to know that. So when that kid goes to school, so if you're in a diaper, sis, you got to be 2-ish, 3-ish. He was a toddler. It was like he was a toddler.
Yeah.
And so, how are you going to bust?
Right. A 2-year-old.
Somebody, is that how you were talked to as a parent? See?
As a child, yeah.
As a child, excuse me. As a child, is that how your mom talked to you?
Right.
Is that how you were treated? So does this kid really have a chance?
Right. Well, listen, in the article, she says, we as a society have normalized behavior that is actually toxic.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Saw that? Different levels and forms like jealousy, manipulation, gaslighting, constant criticism, never allowing you to speak without judging, dismissing, or berating you.
Sidebar, sis, have you ever heard of the term gaslighting? I never heard that before.
Gaslighting? Yeah.
What does that mean?
Gaslighting. Let me give you a definition.
Please give me a definition, because I read it, I didn't investigate it, but I had never heard that term. I've heard of manipulation and all that, and
it's actually basically the same thing. Is when you try to manipulate somebody by using psychological means.
Okay.
Like gaslighting is like when you it's that form of when you reverse psychology or trying to make the other person think that they crazy. Okay.
I've never heard that term before. Even being in the field, I've never heard that term before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's basically your run of the mill narcissistic person, I would imagine.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you make people think something wrong with them.
Okay. When there's actually something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then also, go ahead. Since you got.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna give. That's that thing where it used to happen to me quite often in a relationship. But anyway,
wait a minute, you just can't throw that out there. What?
Oh yeah, a long time ago, back in the day. But it's like,
hold on, wait a minute. No, ma'am. You will not just throw that out there and then just keep on moving. What?
Oh yes, I have been in a relationship with a gaslighter.
Oh, okay. Look, Kingsford lighter fluid.
Right. And I mean, like, okay, an example. I clearly saw you kiss that girl.
Oh.
And you're like, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's not what you saw.
Okay, gonna make you think you crazy.
Like, damn Shaggy, his song. That's the perfect example of
It
gaslighting.
wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay. I got it.
That was not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you could be 2.5 feet away, looking clearly at the lips connect, and he gonna say it wasn't me.
I didn't kiss her.
Okay, so basically, in layman's terms, you trying to play me stupid, or you trying to make me think I'm stupid. Okay, I got it.
Fool.
Okay.
Boo-boo the fool was a slang term. You think I'm boo-boo the fool?
I'm darn. Okay, I never knew that. Okay.
So yeah, all of that is toxicity.
Well, this is what, when she was talking about the mom, a part of the article said, just because you are a better version of toxicity doesn't mean that you're better than the next person. So just because you ain't as crazy as your mama, don't mean that it's still good. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, you don't beat me up, you just curse me the hell out. It's still toxic.
Exactly.
You know, it's still toxic. And what I liked about the article, whether it's your mother, and she also had one about toxic families.
Right.
And what I thought was because lately, when I talk to you, sis, we always talk about compassionate communication.
Correct.
Well, the article said, you can respectfully decline your mother's love. I was like, ooh, damn, that's deep.
Right.
You can respectfully decline your mother's love. Just because see, that's her way of loving you with that being toxic. And you can say, you know what? As a child, you can't because you don't know any better.
Right.
But when you become an adult, you can say, you know what, Mom? I choose not to allow this relationship to go on. And keep it moving. But then there's that battle of, sis, what are you doing? I hear something in the background. What is that?
Do you hear TV? Is that what it sounds like?
It's something. Yeah, what is that?
Okay, well, wait a minute.
It's like a radio.
Okay, no. It's Mir and Edison's TV. I'm in their room because Mir was in here with headphones on sleep.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to...
Now, it's turned way down.
Well, no, that ain't way down because I can clearly hear that.
No, it really is way down. But, oh, shoot. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. I apologize, people. I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell is that? Okay. And so, didn't I tell you to preference when you about to do something? Because I can tell when you're doing something.
I didn't know that I needed to with that because all I did was take the computer with me.
All I heard was some little people singing or something. I was like,
okay, I didn't think you could hear that because it's turned down really low.
Oh, okay.
But
anyway, yeah, we were talking about respectfully declining your mother's love, or as a matter of fact, sis, anybody's love. If it's toxic and it ain't good for you, respectfully decline it. How about that?
Exactly.
It don't have to be ugly, you know?
No.
And then the other article, when the one about the toxic family members, she said, it's okay to be unapologetic.
Right.
I was just like, ooh, y'all just coming with it. You know, she just coming with it.
Right. This girl her name is Nicole.
Nicole, yeah. Her name is Nicole.
Yeah. Hugs and kisses Nicole. XO Nicole.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess she has some experience, but she's absolutely right.
Obviously, she had a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Somewhere, she had a toxic relationship.
Yeah, and I have told clients this before. I'm like, if it's something that is causing you stress, anxiety,
Pain.
Pain.
Yes.
I don't care if it's your mama.
It don't matter.
Talk to her. Your
It
child.
doesn't matter.
Don't
Doesn't
talk
matter.
to her. Don't answer the phone.
Don't answer the phone. Just don't do it. But you know what, though, sis? It took me a long time to realize that.
Right.
You know, I have a brother, not the brother that we were talking about, not the family member that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, but I have a brother, and we haven't talked in 4 years.
Right.
Listen, I don't know what his problem is. I ain't do nothing to him.
Right.
And I used to try to, well, what's wrong, and reach out. And then eventually I was like, you know what? That's too much stress. The hell with it.
Mm-hmm.
The hell with it. Now, and he will tell you, well, I've heard from the streets, it's me, you know what I'm saying? I got my issues. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad you recognize that. So I'm going to love you from afar.
Right.
And it's been 4 years. Hell, it might have been 5. It might be 5 now.
Yeah, because Mir is 6. And
okay, well, there you go.
I feel like that goes back to when that started, when I was pregnant with Mir.
I think you're right. I think you're right. So I had to grow and to understand that I have a right to distance myself from anybody who's negative and not good for me without feeling bad about it.
You do. Right.
But see, society doesn't make you think that you do. You're supposed to love your mother. You're supposed to honor your mother. And if you don't, then you're disrespectful and you're a disgrace.
Right. No, but I don't care what nobody say. Your mother, your father, your children, nobody, I don't care what the title is allowed to treat you any kind of way. Now, I'm sorry. I don't care if it is your mom and daddy. Listen, I don't think the Lord would condone.
Exactly.
The parent treating you, the commandments say honor your mother and father, but I do not think it also say some other stuff.
Okay.
And treating folk any kind of way ain't one of them.
And you know what's so sad, sis? Like, in my experience, most people don't even recognize when they are unhealthy or toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, they don't.
They have no clue. They are clueless to the negative energy that they bring into your life. And then when you don't want to be around them, or you acting funny, no, because you drain the life out of me.
Exactly.
And I have a right not to let the life be drained out of me by you. If it don't be drained out of me, let me do it myself.
Exactly.
You know. So, but anyway, and maybe, you know what we could do, sis? We could probably put those articles up on our website.
Yeah.
Because if anybody is out there struggling with your mom or that whole letting go of the family, it's a really good article. And it just talks about your self-preservation. You have a right to be good and feel good and be positive. And if anybody takes that away from you, love them from afar. Cut them loose.
Yep, and I think that goes for children too.
Sis, it does not matter.
Children are not exempt. It is hard, and it's hard for a mother to do. It is hard to cut children off. But if it's necessary for your preservation, then by all means. I mean, you won't. I got the little couple, my little older couple with their son, he don't want to stop drinking and drugging. I'm like, well, you gonna let him kill you?
What you gonna do? Exactly. Because guess what? When he kills you, he gonna be living in your house off of your insurance policy. Exactly. Let him go. You gotta let him hit rock bottom.
Go. Don't answer the phone.
Don't answer the phone. That's right.
No, we're not coming to bring you nothing. We're not coming to sign you out of the rehab.
That's right.
No, you can't come over here. No.
When you come, change the locks, and when he comes to the house, guess what? He can't get in.
Can't get in, and he want to act up. Call the police.
Call the police. Exactly. And so, you know, as guys, the reason we wanted to bring this up because we know so many people who are in these type of relationships, and most of the time it's in what do you call it, sis? Dating relationships.
Yeah.
You don't know how to get out of the relationships that romantic relationships is what I want to say.
Mhm.
But I think it's so important. Romantic relationships, parental relationships, sibling relationships.
Right.
Look, friends
Yeah.
relationships. Because sis, I have cut off, and I have cut a couple friends off.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go. And I think the older I get, the less tolerance I have.
Right.
Because I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to do and be something better. I'm trying to be one eye woke. And so, I have to be okay. And you know me, sis. And for y'all who don't know, my nickname from my therapist is urgent care. I care for everybody else who needs some help, whether it's toxic, unhealthy, whatever. I'm there trying to fix it. And in the meanwhile, while I'm trying to fix it, I'm slowly deteriorating. I'm slowly breaking down myself, trying to save somebody else. I had to understand that no, you got to help yourself.
Right.
I'll go on the journey with you, but you got to work harder than me.
Right.
So, and just again, for the mothers out there, and y'all, it's okay to go to therapy.
Yeah.
I am a proponent for therapy. Go to therapy. Talk to somebody other than your generational cursed people in your life.
Right.
Going through the same things that you are. I go to therapy, been about 12, 11, 13 times in my life. It's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Talking to someone who doesn't know you, who's not familiar with your background. But if anybody's out there struggling with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, shoot us an email, lynnandkim.aen@gmail.com, and put it out there. And let's see if we can help you. Because our people, we have to do what we have to do for ourselves and each other.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not privy to all of the resources and things out there. Because, see, it's also a cultural thing, sis.
Right.
I know plenty of white people who be like, mama bye, daddy bye, daughter, son bye. But
I haven't talked to my mother in 20 years.
20 years. You're like, what?
Yeah.
It was 1984.
Right.
Last time because my mom was not good for me. She was a bad influence, yada, yada, yada. But see, in the Black community, mothers are that standard, good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
That's right. They're the matriarch. They're the matriarch of the family, and they work 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs. And damn it, you gonna respect them.
Right.
But I'm telling you, sis, sometimes it's not deserved.
No.
And you can get what you need from a positive member in your community. Maybe there's an aunt or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just get tired of the dads getting a bad rap. And then you got these crazy, no good moms. And the moms who keep the kids from their fathers. That's the most toxic woman in the world.
Yeah.
Now, if the dad is abusive or anything like that, let's not go all the way to the left. But just because you're mad because it didn't work out, and then that mom who talks shit about the dad to the children.
Ooh, can't stand her.
Can't stand her. Let it be. Let it go. Do not do that to that child.
No.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
No. Please know that your children are smart enough to be able to decide for themselves what their relationship needs to be with their father if they are in a situation where their father's not in the home. His actions will speak to the children
absolutely
as they need to. You don't need to tell them anything negative. If it is something negative going on, they will see it. And it is completely unfair for you to create negativity.
That's right. That's right. Preach, preach.
Create negativity or bad mouth, make up stuff to make the father look bad to the children. That is not fair to the children. And one day, karma will come back and get you for that.
And let me say this to you, sis, and I'll give a little disclosure here. When my mother and my biological father divorced, my mother never said one single bad thing about my father. I'm talking about, and she could have. And in my opinion, she should have, but she didn't. And what you just said is exactly what happened in my life. The older I got, and I could start calling myself, I realized that he was a liar. I realized that he was no good. I realized that he didn't mean any good for me. I ain't gonna talk about my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to see that on my own. He disappointed me time after time after time after time. So I'm like, okay. So then I went to my mom one day and I was just like, Mom, I can't do this anymore. She said, do what? I can't keep running after my dad. You know, and I think we had our first conversation when she told me things about my dad. Sis, I think I was in my 30s. But my tween and my teenage years, I recognized it on my own. That he wasn't crap as a father. You know, so what you said was exactly right. She didn't have to say a thing to me. I felt it. I learned it on my own. I heard on my own, but there was nothing preconceived by what she had already planted in my head. And I thank her for that. You know,
I have been thanked for that as well.
Sis, you know, sometimes me and you have actually gotten into arguments, and not anything about your personal life, about men, these toxic women, and how they treat their dads, you know, how they treat their fathers, of their children. You know, because like I said, you could definitely be an advocate for the daddy need to be with their children, or the daddy need to be able to see their children. That rubs you the wrong way. That rubs you the wrong way.
Very much so.
Yes, sir.
We don't do that. I don't care what's going on with the mama and the daddy. That's not what you do.
You don't do that. You do not do that.
Because that does not hurt anybody but the children.
And then you wonder why our children need in-home services. Why a third and first grader need therapy. Because you're living in this toxicity, man. This unhealthiness. So what I would say to any mothers out there, and if you don't know, if someone has told you that you could be doing something different, or why don't you try doing something different, be open to that. Because it can't be a good way to live, sis. And I know people who are negative all the time. And eventually, I just want to stay away. Just get away. Just get on. Just get on. I can't do it. I can't do it no more.
And you are raising little people that need to be productive, decent members of society. I mean, raising them in toxicity, you raising a serial killer.
You're raising a serial killer. Exactly.
Or a rapist, whatever.
But someone who can't connect emotionally.
Somebody who cannot connect emotionally and will not do well.
And will not do well. Exactly.
And if you love your child, why would you want to do that to them?
Why would you do that? So if anybody needs a relationship, whether it's your mother, stepmother, whatever, you have a right to do it, and you have a right not to be. It's okay to be unapologetic for you doing it, because self-preservation is most important. You can only give so much. Sometimes you have to give back to yourself. And let the chips fall where they may. All right, sis. All right all right for being like Black Gumbo, giving the people something to think about. Woo! Okay.
Well, I hope it resonates, because
it's important, sis. It's important.
Very important.
It's important. Yeah, it's important. So, sis, you got anything else about toxicity and family members and mamas and?
No.
Okay.
So. Well, just be careful out there, and know that, I can think of another one that wasn't mentioned, like highly overly religious and projecting that onto the children. Oh my goodness. And what made me think of that is I got a polo client who, oh, geez, she's a teenager, and mama and daddy toxic. And she won't even don the doors of her mama's house because it's the overly religious toxicity. So she won't even go over there. She has zero relationship with her mom, not interested.
Is she struggling? But is she struggling with it? Because
she doesn't appear to struggle with that. Like, seems like that's resolved, and she in no way is interested in trying to fix it.
Okay.
But
and I don't want to offend anybody, but like mom, whatever, must be like a Jesus jumper. You know, where like you don't have common sense when it comes to the religion and just common sense. You know,
right.
Everything to the left.
Yeah. Exactly. Apparently that's how she is. Yeah. Okay. So it's very overwhelming. And then she lives with the daddy, and the daddy, he work all the time, and
daddy workaholic,
and allows 2 grown sons to live in the house and do nothing but live there. They don't work. They don't clean. They're just
there.
They're just
there.
So the girl is very frustrated, you know, and that's 2 different types of toxic parenting. Like, he doesn't listen to her. She voices concerns. You know, she tries to get permission to do, you know, her teenage thing. He doesn't allow her to, but allows the deadbeat older grown behind brother, you know,
to do
let them have friends come over, but won't let her have friends come over. Things like that.
And see, what you're saying is, being unhealthy and toxic, it comes in all kind of shapes, forms, and sizes. It don't have to be because you're beating the hell out of somebody.
Right, know, exactly.
All types of toxicity and you know, relationships that, I mean, they show themselves in so many ways is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
It's not just coming, just because somebody punch you in the eye with their fist, that is not the only way to be toxic.
No, not at all.
Here's this young girl who needs her daddy to listen to her, needs her daddy to see her. And by not seeing her and listening to her, and if she goes and get it from someplace else, another older man or whatever, you know.
And clearly treating her brothers differently than he treats her.
That's sad. That's sad. That's sad.
That's toxic.
And then
he don't even know it.
Is she close to graduation or
next year?
Okay, so basically, but I'm gonna tell you something, sis. And you know, my immediate family is really, really small. You know, we always talk about the circle. Our circle is so small, sis. Because of you and Kelly, Kenny, Brother Kemet, you know what I'm saying? Like most of my circle, we don't have any blood. We're not blood kin.
Right.
And so you have to make your own family. Find the people that are good for you and will be good for your life and keep it moving.
Right. And that's
struggle. It's that struggle, sis.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do this and you got to do that. No, what you have a right to do is be happy. That's what you have a right to do.
Yep. Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, when you going to college? Good gravy. I need to go back. Yeah.
Pack all your stuff. Don't look back.
Don't look back.
Don't look back. Don't look back. Keep it moving.
I mean, she has no one. Like the brothers, she's the only girl. 3 brothers. 1 brother live with the mama, and the other 2 live at the house with the daddy.
With them, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, she got the argue. I see why she anxious at school. Her thing is anxiety at school. Well, it starts at home when the brothers are not wanting to take her to school. And if they do take her, she's late. And it's just a hot mess. You know, they mad at her because they got to take her to school.
Wow. And you know who that falls on? The toxic daddy.
Toxic daddy, exactly.
And the mama toxic because where's she at? What happened to her?
Exactly.
She's going somewhere. And so you would say, how will this girl have a chance?
Right.
You know? Because obviously she wants to do something different. She just don't want to be like her brothers.
Right. Exactly.
You know? Yeah, that's sad, man.
I feel so bad for her because I just don't know there's only so much that she can control in this situation.
Sis, tell her to start planning now, planning her exit strategy right now.
Well, I said, first thing we're going to do is get you a driver's license. Let's start there.
And sis, if she has a best friend, or if she has a teacher or someone at the church that she can go live with, sometimes you just got to step out on faith and leave that stuff behind, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Well, yeah. I'll send up some good juju for that client, because that's sad.
It is sad. She cries every session.
Oh. So do you cry when she starts crying?
No, I do not.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Sis, because I can imagine you crying, because you remember,
Sam, no, I do not cry. It is 12 o'clock. Almost.
Is it really? Okay, sis.
It's 11.
Listen, since you told us what time it is, what time is it, sis? Look, okay, enough about toxicity and toxic people. Sis, what time is it?
This ain't got nothing to do with that.
Sis, what time is it?
It is time for this ain't got nothing to do.
Sis, what you got? What you got, sis?
Well, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm about to go make my tea, because y'all infringing on my tea time. God darn it.
Here you go, deflecting blame again. Who was supposed to go to Walmart yesterday?
Whatever. Listen, this doesn't go back to yesterday.
Right. Yesterday is in the past. You can't bring it back.
Exactly. This ain't about yesterday.
All right. What else you got, sis?
Infringing on my time. I don't have nothing.
Well, let me tell you what I got. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. My baby Poco just came in here. So while I'm talking to you, I'm lifting him up, sitting him on the chair. Mm-hmm. He over there snoring like a grown man. I wish I could put the microphone by him. I'm talking about now. See, he's not gonna go to bed without me.
Oh,
come in the office, got on the chair, but snoring like he done worked hard all day.
Well, does he get in the bed?
Yes.
He don't have his own bed.
No. His bed is our bed. Yes.
This is a hot mess.
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna leave this.
Man, look here. Listen. He rolls and controls all that. Sister, what door did you just open?
Oh, see, why are you hearing doors?
Because
I'm not playing. I'm finna make my tea. You thought
no, but let me finish my. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So Poco snoring, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Mm-hmm. Now you know more than anybody how much I love Jay-Z.
Yes.
I not only love him, he's my husband.
That's correct.
My baby need to do something with his hair.
Yes, he does.
Now, I was giving him this little phase, to get through the whole natural, wild, growing out thing. I'm gonna have to reach out to my husband, because my wife is not doing what she's supposed to do.
Right. I mean, somebody got to do something, because that thing was a mess.
She need to be telling our husband that your hair's a mess, honey, and you need to cut that, going back down to the little low top fade, or the what you call it, the little fade or something. But my husband is, and I love my husband, but sis. And see, I haven't said anything, sis. Now we in episode 18?
18.
Sis, it's been 18 weeks and I ain't said nothing.
Oh.
I need my husband to do something with that now. I'm gonna send him a tweet. I'm like, honey, listen. I need cut that shit off. Because something's going on with it. Right. And sis, I love natural hair. I got locks. I love natural hair.
Yeah.
That is not a good look. That is not a good look. I ain't that much in love.
I've been trying to look at it sideways to try to see if I can make it look decent.
Sideways, side profile, from the back, from the front. Ain't nothing cute about that.
Nothing.
He can be natural, and I don't know, but anyway, my husband got plenty of money. I'm gonna tweet him, and I'm gonna email my wife and say, listen, I need y'all to do something about that.
Yeah, because the low cut looks much better.
Yes, this whole natural, it's too much of something, and then it, oh my, I don't know, but anyway, it makes him look older. And when he put his little New York baseball cap on, hot mess. Love my husband. You know, 'cause I was about to leave with them back in August when they came. You know that, right? You know, I was getting ready to go with them when they came from here.
Yeah, I know.
I was getting ready to go with him.
I know.
But and it was growing in. But I thought he was going to, do a little something and get over that phase and cut it. Okay, but anyway, so that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I just needed to
doing that.
Get on my damn nerve.
I didn't know he had stuff in his mouth back in the day. Oh, he was real young on this picture.
What you talking about? The
grill,
like the grill?
Yeah, the gold stuff.
He was from what you call it? Something projects up in New York. Yeah, he had the grill and all that. Yeah,
the producer had one back in the day too.
No ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, guess who else got one?
Who?
Chantel.
Right now?
Well, but she doesn't wear it anymore. But she sure did. She was in college.
Why, Lord?
And she said for Christmas, she wanted to go over on Decker Boulevard and get the man to make her a grill.
Oh.
I'm about the barbecue on? No, a grill for my mouth. What you gonna do with it?
Right.
I'm gonna wear it. Where?
Well, right. CJ got one.
I'm like, what? Why would y'all want that?
I don't understand it. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't understand a grill.
Yeah.
In your mouth.
How you brush it? You know, how you floss it?
It's faint. If you wear it long enough.
Okay, yeah, that's a hot mess.
It make you look like you need to brush your teeth. I told CJ, I said, CJ, that thing make you look like you gotta brush your teeth. Like they're yellow and dirty. That ain't cute.
It ain't nothing cute about the grills, man.
Nothing cute.
And what's my dude? The one who was engaged to Tony Braxton. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Oh, the bird.
He got the platinum grill or something.
Right.
No, either that's what's the little one name? Lil Wayne. Like his grill, like $500,000 with platinum teeth or something.
That's some foolishness.
What you gonna do with all that?
What you gonna? Excuse me.
Wait a minute. Did you just join on the podcast?
I didn't.
Oh. Okay, look, I got one more. This ain't got nothing to do with that. And then we gonna go. She just yawned, y'all. It's time to go, sis. Last thing.
We be real.
Over the weekend, I was at Mama's house. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm flicking channels because, I'm just flicking channels. And I come across the new Magnum P.I. and the new MacGyver. You can't remake Magnum P.I. and MacGyver.
Not without Tom Selleck.
Listen, there is no Tom Selleck, and there's no mustache, and there's no he used to drive a little Corvette or whatever. No, ma'am. I was like, listen, somebody needs to start making some new shows.
PI.
Sis, somebody need to do something because that's a hot mess.
That's a hot
mess. There's only one Magnum PI. There's only one MacGyver.
What's the MacGyver man name?
I can't remember.
I don't remember his name.
And I don't know if these are supposed to be their children. I was just like, this is so not good. This is so not good.
Rebooting everything.
Because there aren't any good shows out there.
They ain't got no new ideas.
God. Damn. I was so aggravated. And so I watched it because I said,
show right in business.
Listen, you need to do something. We need to get what them people on BET. What's that show sis on BET? And they were the writers with Kadeem Hardison.
Oh yeah, Love Is.
Which
ain't coming on no more. God darn it, that was actually a good one.
Here they go. But anyway, so yes.
You know why, right?
Because some woman from 27 years ago said that the man did something to her or something. Mm-hmm. Like I said, and like
how long ago?
Was it like 27, 30? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Who I got to talk to get a statute of limitation on this?
All I'm saying, sis, is if you were assaulted, if you were sexually abused, if you were anything. You can't just come back 35 years later without some evidence, sis. Now, I'm talking about evidence.
Look at me. I was assaulted in the first grade.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At school.
Okay.
In the line.
You know what?
It was third grade. I don't know.
And you're going to go. So if that man or woman is running for office or something, are you going to go and say that person, it's out of control?
Just to see if it will work. Because I promise you them little boys used to be touching me all the time back in the day. I was molested at school every day by little boys.
Okay, sis, but wait a minute now. Did they know what they were doing? You know what I'm saying?
Probably not.
That's my point, sis. If they were broken. But sis, no, man. These men and some women are being ruined just because, again, and we talked about this on some of the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Allegations
and stuff that they probably actually did participate in, but they willingly participated in.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just saying that they need to go somewhere with that now. And Brother Kim, if you come tell me that we wrong about this, we're gonna bust you in the head.
Yeah, we're gonna bust you in the head on that one because we sick of them.
Sick of them. You know, I can pick up the phone right now and call 911 and say, you assaulted me. And they're going to come to your house.
Yep.
They're going to likely arrest you. And you got to prove that you wasn't here tonight and that you were on a podcast, not even in the same house with me. But you got to go through all of that to prove your innocence.
Oh, that's fair.
That's some foolery. But anyway. All right, sis. Okay. I love you like I do, you know.
Love you too.
And got anything else for the peeps?
I ain't got nothing.
No, because you yawning and drinking your hot tea.
Exactly.
So, all right, guys. So, like we always tell you, and remember, anything can happen. Everything is relevant. And nothing is off limits on the Anything, Everything, Nothing podcast with Lynn and Kim.
That's right.
Until next time, we out. Until next time.
Love y'all.
Yo, what up, my people? This is JR Glent from Defy Life. If you're looking for an in-depth, honest, at times hilarious conversation on anything from current events to sports to entertainment and more, check out myself, Alvin, Thomas, Gerald, and Yosh on the Defy Life podcast. Dropping every Wednesday, available at godefylife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. And as always, if you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
Got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Yo, what up, my people? This is J.R. Glent from Defy Life. If you're looking for an in-depth, honest, at times hilarious conversation on anything from current events to sports to entertainment and more, check out myself, Alvin, Thomas, Gerald, and Yosh on the Defy Life podcast. Dropping every Wednesday, available at GoDefyLife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. And as always, if you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
A lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.